Everybody's going crazy about you, baby. Crazy about you, baby. See, I'm just free and school. That's the way it should be. You're cruising on.
Hi all, beautiful morning this morning. It's Wednesday 14th of July. I'm just riding through Oxford at the moment, and I thought I'd stop here and show you this place. This is Polstead Rd. It's just off Woodstock Road if you know Oxford. Easy to find. The houses here are gorgeous. They're built in, they finished building them in 1894. This one here, number 2, is particularly interesting. This was the home of Sir Thomas Chapman back in those days, and moved in here with his family in 1896. So it was pretty much brand new, only 2 years old this house when he moved here. You probably don't recognise his name, Thomas Chapman. Not very well known really. 7th Baronet, that chap. But he ran away, he separated from his wife and ran off with his daughter's governess. And they came to live here, number 2 Polstead Rd, and changed their name to Mr. and Mrs. Lawrence. Along with their daughter that had already been born, of course, to his first wife. They had 5 sons, the youngest of which was a chap who became rather famous, T.E.Lawrence, Lawrence of Arabia, of course. And this is where T.E.Lawrence grew up really. He lived here right from 1896 till 1921. He went to school here and then to college at the university, studying archaeology. It's marvellous. It's empty at the moment, this house. It's been for sale for quite a while. I phoned about it last year just out of interest, £3 million, and I've just looked it up again this morning. Offers around 2.5 million. I see it's under offer now, so somebody's going to buy it by the look of it. But he spent, T.E.Lawrence spent formative years here, you know, growing up. Just down the side gate there, you see the black gate just here at the side that goes through into the back garden. T.E.Lawrence built himself a wooden hut down at the end of the garden so he could have some privacy, and he moved in there when he was a teenager. And it's still there, apparently. I'd love to go in and have a look. And it's interesting looking through these empty windows this morning. You know, I can almost see him looking back at me from those windows. This is the wrong way around. You'll have to imagine it the other way around because I'm filming back to front. And as usual, I'm afraid. They put a blue plaque on the front there, which is nice. Of course, after he'd studied in archaeology, T.E.Lawrence worked with some very eminent archaeologists of the time and spent a lot of time in the Middle East. And he also, you know, as part of his doctorate at university, he cycled all around Europe and the Middle East and Egypt, and got a great knowledge of the area and its people. And because of that, when the First World War started, the British Army picked him up and used him as a spy for a while. Before he became an officer, and then of course earned himself the name Lawrence of Arabia because of the time he spent there, and he used to dress in, you know, you've seen the photographs and film footage, I expect. Absolutely fascinating, but this is where he spent his formative years, you know, growing up. Even the gates here look original. It's quite fascinating really. Look at this. Very run down at the moment, so I'm hoping whoever buys it does a nice restoration job on the place. For us motorcyclists, of course, T.E.Lawrence loved cycling. He had bicycles, went all over Europe on them, was very, very keen. But then later motorcycles, of course, was very famous for his Bruff Superiors, which were bought for him. I think he owned 7 eventually, bought for him by the famous writer and playwright George Bernard Shaw, who was a great friend of his, you know, because T became a writer as well in his own right. And George Bernard Shaw bought those very expensive gifts for him, which was rather nice. And as a way of saying thank you, he called them all George after George Bernard Shaw. Nice. But there's the house today. Absolutely terrific in Polstead Rd. Just down the bottom of Polstead Road there is the Anchor pub, where they filmed one or two Inspector Morses down there. Of course, all around Oxford here there was Inspector Morses and Endeavours and Lewis's film. It's quite fun to go around spotting the locations. You know, I do that sometimes because I'm a fan of all three of those. But as far as Oxford goes, this is probably the most fascinating bit for me. This house here, 2 Polstead Road. So if you're interested, come along. It's good to spot it while it's empty like this, because, you know, I can just see. It's easy to imagine him looking back through them empty windows at you. Interesting place. Anyhow, I better push on. I'm supposed to be working, and hope you found that interesting. I'll talk to you soon. All the best. Bye bye.